Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you with a video. Now, I hope you all are having a very good weekend out there. And I told you all that I was going to do a video on this Jussie Smollett situation as soon as I found out what was really going on, even though the whole story has not came out. But I think we have heard enough. Now, if you haven't caught wind today and yesterday, they are saying, well, the Chicago Police Department, it's not like no other YouTuber, no blog site, no World Star, Twitter, nothing like that. The Chicago PD themselves are saying basically that Jussie Smollett orchestrated this attack. Now, a lot of people missed out certain key elements, so we're going to back up a few things before I dive deep into the story. Now, the attack allegedly happened January the 29th when Jussie was allegedly, and I use that word allegedly very strongly, walking to Subway. Now, you have to understand, around that same time, it just so happened Mother Nature laid on the city of Chicago in the northern region area what they call a polar vortex, where it got down -30, some places -50, some places -10, but it just so happened to be 11 degrees that day in Chicago. And also, if you wanted to check that, because I like for you all to go check your reference, you can go back and look at you can type in AccuWeather, and it tells you the whole weather for the whole month of the day for the whole month. It's just like if you want to know what the weather was January the 1st, you go to AccuWeather and it show you for the whole month. So it says on Tuesday, January the 29th, it was 11 degrees outside and a wind chill of -9 degrees, which means anything freezing, water, bleach, everything. And people also say, well, what temperature does bleach freeze at? Because people were saying that, well, he said that he had got bleach poured on him, but chlorine bleach freezes at between 18 or 19 degrees. And this is from Google. You can Google that, type in what temp does bleach freeze. So we got that down pat. We have the weather, which was 11 degrees with wind chill of -9 degrees. Bleach freezes at 18 to 19 degrees. And also certain key things that we have missed out, like a couple of days before. See, a lot of people didn't cover this part because this part was recently hidden, but some kind of way it came out. Just like the video Lee Daniels made right after the attack. And remember, the first person we heard it from was Lee Daniels when he said Jussie was attacked and please support Jussie, all this, that he's on his way up there to see him, call Jussie his boy, something like that. And basically trying to make it seem like it was somebody attacking somebody that was homophobic, gay stuff like that. Try to make it to a racial gay type situation, which I found very ironic because if somebody attacking you, what difference does it make why they're attacking you? First you said it was race, then now it's your gender. Who cares? But anyway, on January the 18th, some days before January 29th, it was a letter sent to Fox Studios at Chicago with a letter, basically, as you all can see, it says Jussie, Empire, whatever. Then it says, you will die black. They call him a black fag. You know what I'm saying? That's what they said. It got a picture, a little cartoon picture, like some little kid drawing this or some retarded crazy person drawing this. Had a picture of a little gun, as you all can see, with a little stick figure like the hangman game we used to play, pointed at the person, standing beside, I guess, what seems to be a tree or a big old penis. I don't know what it is, but some kind of way, a lot of people, bloggers also overlooked that part right there. Like, okay, see, so they was already laying the foundation for this attack. So I guess they think we're all stupid and that we can't see. That's why you cannot pull the wool over our eyes like you used to. Some things get by, but what better way to make something seem legit? Because most people will rarely question what? Somebody being attacked. Oh, you're victim blaming. You're shaming the victim. That's fine, But, if you have something in your mind telling you, well, this person is lying, this person is not innocent, they orchestrated this whole thing, you have a right to speak your mind and show a shit stink, because it does. And if it don't, like I tell you, you need to go get checked by the doctor. Come to find out, as what they said, not what I'm saying, but what I'm putting together also. That's why I haven't put no video out about this situation. And people was asking me for like the last 2.5 weeks when I was going to do a video. I'm like, I need more information because I just knew something wasn't right. I just didn't want to come out and flat out say he was lying without any proof. You have to have your proof. I'm not like some of these other people who just, speculate and then condemn a person. I like to have proof. So, number one, you have the weird letter, which set the whole thing in motion. That was January the 18th. The attack happened January the 29th. That's one thing. Why would they send a letter to Fox Studio addressed to Jussie like some kid had wrote it? And then also the incident with the bleach. With bleach freezes at 18, 19 degrees. You can Google that up. And also the temperature that day in Chicago, 11 degrees with a wind chill of -9. Ice, everything was freezing over the river. Everything was frozen. So you have all that. And then also you have Lee Daniels was the first one that broke the story. That's when we heard about it. Then Taraji chimed in. And then out of all things Taraji said, and I don't even think that was Taraji basically saying that, was saying, go support Jussie music. Make sure he get 50 million download streams or whatever. So why would you support somebody's music if they got attacked? When should we be worried about if they was attacking their well-being instead of some damn music? But this is the entertainment industry for you. And then also the final thing, which you can hardly find this picture anymore. Now they left a little key in there because the devil always leave his footprints, if you know what I mean, without trying to say too much. Now Jussie Smollett had a single called F-U-W. And it showed a guy standing right there with a damn noose right beside him. Now, what's the coincidence of that? And you can see that for yourself. I did not make that. That's what they made, but you cannot find that picture hardly now. You know, I guess they did a sweep or whatever. So you have all those speculations. And also the fact that they say, and it's proven, that those two guys that allegedly attacked him, those Nigerian guys, if they are Nigerian, are brothers, and also were extras on the Empire set, and one of them having to be his trainer. Also, now they say Jussie may have done this because they was going to write him off the sitcom Empire. They was going to get rid of him. I guess this is his way of saving face or making another storyline or whatever, even though they deny that. But they can deny it because just like this whole story, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no problem then. So we can't believe them. You lose all credibility. So it's a reason for everything. And also, these two guys, and the reason why they didn't call them a suspect, they call them a person of interest, because they just have two people walking away. You know, it wasn't no crime per se. So they just had a picture of these guys walking away. That's why the police said we are looking for these people, these persons of interest, instead of a suspect. Suspect, somebody wanted in a crime. Person of interest is somebody who could have just been walking by the scene and seen something. And also, who in the hell, and I got to go there, and I'm not trying to be racial, and I hope you all understand what I'm saying. Who in the hell, what black person you know going to go to Subway walking 11 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees at night? And you know it get colder during the night. What person gonna do that? Your damn sandwich has been unfroze by the time you walk outside. If your skin and everything freeze and everything else, don't you think the juice and the liquid in the food would also freeze also? I mean, do they think we're that dumb? And then he says, well, the news says, it says, the headline read, Empire star Jussie Smollett attacked by two white men who put rope around neck, pour chemical on him, and yell slurs, basically saying this MAGA country, calling them all kind of F-bombs. That's what he says right there. Now, wow. So not only was you attacked allegedly at first by two white men who came at you with MAGA hats on, make America great again. We know that because Kanye done burnt the hole that in our minds with him walking around with that hat on, looking like Rudolph the Red Hat Reindeer. Anyway, so we understand that part. But if you're being attacked, and who cares? If somebody jump on you, I wouldn't care why they jumping on me. First of all, my only thing is to defend myself and get them off me. But Jussie didn't notify the police at first. He called, guess who? He called his manager. Then he called the police about 40-some minutes later. And who has a noose around their neck for 40 and 45 minutes later? Do any of that make no sense? And why would Lee Daniels make the video and then also delete the video? That's another question. I'm going to read a snippet from this story, and I'm going to give my opinion. Surely as we go. Jussie Smollett, orchestrated attack, says, not the Trey King show, Chicago Police Department. Now, two Chicago police officers have told both CNN and CBS that Empire actor Jussie Smollett may have orchestrated his own attack in January because they think we're all dumb, we're all sheep, and we can't do any critical thinking. Some of us can. Last month, Smollett reported to police that he was attacked in the early morning hours of January 29th, around 2 a.m. Now, who in the hell, in freezing-ass temperatures, I don't give a damn if the temperature wasn't freezing unless you're just walking out from a club. They say he was leaving this gay club that he frequented a lot, you know, that he's known to go at. So, unless you already out, who leaves their house just to go to Subway in Chicago doing a polar vortex when it's freezing outside and you get trapped out there, you're subject to die. My people in Chicago, y'all chime in because we already know Chicago, like Cat Williams said, you need your own jacket. You got to have a jacket made in Chicago. That's how cold it get. I didn't understand that joke at first, but now I do. But who does that right there, first of all? Now, when two men approached him and attacked him on the street in Chicago near his home, telling them it was MAGA country. I mean, do that make any sense? See, this racial division is going to come to a head one day if we don't call it out for what it is. Now, if the story was true, two white guys attacked him on some racial stuff, then why with the racial stuff, and why also call them gay, homophobic slurs and all this other stuff then? I mean, pick one. That's all I'm saying. Now, Smollett said the men also slipped a rope around his neck and poured a chemical substance onto him while calling him racial and homophobic slurs, which prompted a hate crime investigation by local law enforcement. And that's when a lot of people got mad, and I'm sitting back thinking like, well, damn, who would want to attack Jussie? Like, look at him. Like, he's harmless as a kitten. Who would want to attack Jussie? And I like him as an actor. You feel me? I don't have any problem with him as an actor. I don't have any problem with his relationship choices. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to run their lives, live your life how you please. But with these lies like this, you're making the things worse, the climate in this country even worse, and people like us have to come along and tell the truth. Now, if it was true and he got attacked, I'll be the first one to say it, because I'm not going to bite my tongue for no one. But if you're lying, you're lying. Chicago police took two men into custody on Wednesday, but they were released Friday evening. Wow, so soon. CNN reports that the two men, who are brothers, what's the coincidence of that? And at least one of whom reportedly worked on Empire as an extra, are now fully cooperating with law enforcement. Then it also said that, I don't know if my people in Chicago, you all have a store called Ace Hardware or Crafty Beaver, but they say that's where the noose was bought from, because guess what? They showed the police the receipt. I'm not saying this. The news is saying that. So what more proof do you all need? Now, the brothers, attorney Gloria Smith, says that they have provided evidence to Chicago PD to corroborate that they bought the rope at a hardware store near the scene of the attack, according to CBS. And they showed them the receipt, the date, the time, everything. Receipts have that on there. A spokesperson for the department told CBS after the brothers were released that the detectives on the case had additional investigative work to complete. The Advocate reports, probably trying to figure out, why is he making up this story? Why is he lying? That Smollett has retained two criminal defense attorneys. Why you need two of them if you're telling the truth? See, if you're telling the truth, you ain't got nothing to hide, period, point blank. Why don't you turn that phone over? Because I guarantee it's all kinds of strange woods and strange fruits up in that phone. He hired two criminal defense attorneys to represent him in a light of allegations that the attack may have been corroborated, which it sounds very much likely it has. The details of the attack spurred immediate support from many notable celebrities and politicians. Reporter April Ryan asked Donald Trump about the attack, since the reference to MAGA country was related to Make America Great Again campaign. Now, pause right there. Now, also, Jussie, in his video, FUW, he was taking shots at Donald Trump. He was taking shots at certain political stances that was going on. But isn't it so convenient that you would have in your video a guy with a noose right beside him, and some weeks later that you would be found on the street with a noose around your neck? What's the coincidences of that? Let's be for real, people. Let's continue. Now, Trump said in January that the attack was horrible. It doesn't get worse. It gets worse if you're lying. If you're lying. It's many people out here taking ass whoopers and stuff, and they ain't lying. Let me tell you something. If you get your butt beat bad, the last thing you're going to do is lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You don't have to lie. Guess what? If you got whooped, you got jumped on, let that be. But anytime you want to sit up here and add sugar to the story and add a little something else, you're lying, period, point blank. In part because of MAGA claim, the story of the attack also brought on plenty of doubt from others, and I'm one of those others now. Earlier this week, Smollett responded through a spokesperson to rumors that he may have been lying about the attack, in a statement saying that he is the victim here, which has been stated by the superintendent of police. But they don't change that story, Justin. Yeah, they don't change it. They don't got the guy, they don't got the receipt and everything. You might as well go and come clean. Now, Justin has voluntarily provided his phone records from within an hour of the attack. That's a lie, because the police were waiting on the phone for him to turn his phone over to them so they can check and everything. Now, and giving multiple statements to police, you see how they try to throw them little lies up. But if you didn't read other news clippings, if you don't catch up on the news on other sites or whatever, you'll believe that he already turned it over, which people made videos asking, why didn't he turn the phone over? People like Star, Joe Budden, all kinds of people made videos asking, why didn't he turn the phone over? But this right here says that he turned it over within the hours, and we know that's false. Chicago PD has reported, informed us that they find Jussie account of what happened that night consistent and credible. This the lawyers talking. Superintendent Johnson has been clear from day one that Jussie is a victim. Let me tell you something. I ain't never seen nobody get jumped on by two guys, and those people, those two brothers, pretty big guys in shape. They're trainers. They train him. You mean tell me, and you can get scratched up and knotted up, swole up by a female. So you mean tell me two guys beating you up and everything, or at first two white men, and you want to get a little nick right there? Notice they didn't mess your face up too bad. And then who get their ass whooped and go on stage and perform? That's what I want to know. Who does that? Usually it takes time. Now, we are continuing to work closely with the Chicago PD and remain confident that they will find Jussie attackers and bring them to justice. You need to arrest Jussie because he is his own attacker. And those guys was all orchestrated. And I don't know why they let them go. It ought to be some kind of charge that they should get for riding along with this bullshit. First of all, period, point blank, because you're making up false stories, false narratives to push this racial agenda, this division that they're trying to drive through you all. And some of you all just want trouble any damn way. That's fine. You're going to find it one day. But to those who are righteous and call themselves righteous, you can flat out see that this is a lie. In fact, one rumor was that Smollett staged the attack because he was going to be written off the show. But 20th Century Fox TV and Fox Entertainment debunked those rumors in a statement to Deadline. The idea that Jussie Smollett has been or would be written off of Empire is patiently ridiculous, the statement reads. But this is Hollywood. Don't believe shit Hollywood says. He remains a core player on this very successful series, and we continue to stand behind him. I bet you do. Also this week, Smollett spoke to Good Morning America's Robin Roberts to give his account of the attack to address rumors that the assault was fabricated. And this is what he said. It's not that you don't believe this is the truth, he said. You don't even want to see this is the truth. Do that make sense? If that was me talking to Robin Roberts, I was like, Robin, look, this is what happened. They whooped my ass. I was just going to get me a $5 foot long or a 6-inch sub, the meatball kind, the mozzarella stuff, extra cheese. And all of a sudden, some guys just walked up out of nowhere and just proceeded to drop those bees on me. And I wasn't even in field for it. Tell me what I'm supposed to do, Robin. Who's going to help me? I want to go up there and try to accuse the people and make them out to be the victim. You know, I mean, make them out to be the suspects. Because he's trying to blame the public because we don't believe that shit. Hell no. Let me know what you all think about this. Because remember, number one, you had the letter that was sent to the Chicago Police Department January the 18th. This is what they say to Fox Studios, not to the Chicago Police Department, but to Fox Studios, January the 18th, saying, in address to Jussie, you will die, you black fag. You know what I'm saying? And no offense to the LGBT gay community out there, transgender, whatever the hell. You know, no offense to you all. But that's what the letter says. Then also you have the temperature in Chicago, what AccuWeather says, you know what I'm saying, that day. And you can look that up, where it was 11 degrees with a negative 9 wind chill. So water freezes at what? Bleach freezes at 18, 19 degrees, which you can look that up, type in what temp does bleach freeze. And then also who waits 40-some minutes to call the police, call their manager first, then call the police, then still have a noose around their neck. Then who goes on stage and perform a day or two later on? And also, why didn't you turn the phone records over right when you were supposed to? And then isn't it quite convenient that those two guys who was allegedly in that picture have a receipt from a hardware store of them buying a rope, showed them to the police, because that's when they said it was orchestrated, because that was the proof they need. Okay, here's the rope. Where did you get it from? We got it. So therefore, that eliminates the two white men. Period. Point blank. Just the same thing they did in Houston when they said a white man shot the may she rest in peace, the little girl Jasmine Barnes in Houston, and they came out to be a lie. And that was a big old fuss thing, you know. So before people start jumping off at the handle, what they need to do is get their story straight, get the facts straight. And sometimes we gonna mess up because they're not telling us everything. But that's when your critical thinking skills are supposed to come into play. Who in the hell gonna be walking the subway 2 o'clock in the morning doing a damn polar vortex unless they're a damn polar bear? Let me know that. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share this video with your family and friends and stop believing everything that the TV tell you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to put your thinking caps on. I'm not talking about your new era hats. I ain't talking about your church hat. Sometimes you have to put your thinking caps on. Learn to see through the smoke screens, if you will. Because so many people hurry up and made a video, you know, and that's on them. They can do what they want to do. But I waited because I wanted to see, like, you know, it got to be more to the story and show it shit stink, because it does. It was. Y'all let me know what you all think about this video. Y'all have a blessed day. And remember this right here. If somebody jump on you, would you have to sit there and lie about it unless you wrong? Think about that, because when you tell the truth and you right, guess what? You ain't got nothing to fear. Everything just flows so smoothly. But when you tell a lie, it's all like this. It's jagged edges. I'm out.